were big on the party scene.
A little bit, yeah. He had like all the hookups.
Look, we took a night off a week. We took a night off. We had to shoot our show.
One night off a week.
Yeah, you know, you got to get some sleep.
The world of celebrity is often associated with glamour, wealth, and privilege. Yet the pressure of fame and the temptation of power can sometimes lead public figures down dark paths. For some, the choices they made not only ended their careers, but also landed them behind bars. Let's dive into the stories of celebrities who committed crimes, fell from grace, and are now serving time in jail. Zach Avery, from Hollywood hopeful to Ponzi schemer.
My mom's a lifelong educator. She's a teacher. She fully was, you need an education and you need to go that route before doing anything else. And so I really didn't have a choice in my head of like, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to follow the arts and I'm going to be an artist and that's it. And that's what I want to do. So it was always secondary of like, I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to do that. And then once I get a real job in her eyes, then I can pursue something that I love.
Zach Avery, born Zachary Horwitz, appeared poised for a promising career in Hollywood. With a few independent films under his belt, he seemed ready to climb the entertainment ladder. But behind the scenes, he was orchestrating a fraudulent scheme that would ultimately lead to his downfall. Between 2014 and 2019, Avery convinced investors to pour millions into his company, one in Capital LLC, by claiming he had lucrative licensing deals with streaming platforms like Netflix and HBO. Promising substantial returns, he amassed a staggering $650 million from unwitting investors. In reality, no such deals existed. Avery used the money to fund an extravagant lifestyle, purchasing luxury homes, cars, and private jets. When the scheme unraveled in 2021, Avery was arrested and charged with securities fraud. He pleaded guilty in 2022 and was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison, marking a dramatic end to his Hollywood aspirations. Avery's story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of greed and deception. Danny Masterson.
Danny, you were on one of the most popular sitcoms ever, that 70s show, right?
Yeah, for 8 years, 200 shows.
Has Ashton Kutcher gone beyond you, or does he still speak to you?
He definitely still speaks to me because I beat him in fantasy football every year.
Danny Masterson, best known for playing Stephen Hyde on the hit sitcom That 70s Show, enjoyed a steady career in Hollywood, but allegations of sexual misconduct began surfacing in the early 2000s, ultimately derailing his career and leading to criminal charges. In 2023, Masterson was convicted on 2 counts of rape involving incidents that occurred in the early 2000s. His accusers, many of whom were associated with the Church of Scientology, alleged that the organization attempted to silence them. Masterson denied the charges, but the court found him guilty and sentenced him to 30 years to life in prison. The case became a focal point of the Me Too movement, highlighting systemic abuse and cover-ups within powerful organizations. Masterson's conviction marked a sobering chapter in Hollywood's reckoning with its history of exploitation and misconduct. Harvey Weinstein.
The imitation game, the king's speech, the stuttering king, the lion. To me, I'm still the underdog. I felt that way when I was young, and sometimes I still feel that way.
Few figures in Hollywood were as influential as Harvey Weinstein. The co-founder of Miramax and the Weinstein Company, he was credited with producing some of the most acclaimed films of the 90s and 2000s. But behind his professional success lay a pattern of predatory behavior that came to light in 2017. Dozens of women accused Weinstein of sexual harassment, assault, and rape, igniting the Me Too movement. In 2020, he was convicted in New York on charges of rape and sexual assault and sentenced to 23 years in prison. In 2023, he faced additional charges in California, resulting in a 16-year sentence. Weinstein's crimes and subsequent convictions revealed the dark underbelly of Hollywood, where abuse had long been tolerated and ignored. Shannon Richardson.
A Texas woman is now charged with threatening President Obama in connection with the investigation into letters containing the poison ricin. Officials say 36-year-old Shannon Richardson was arrested this afternoon in Arkansas.
Shannon Richardson, an actress with minor roles in shows like The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, made headlines in 2013 for reasons unrelated to her acting career. Richardson attempted to poison then-President Barack Obama and New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg by sending them ricin-laced letters. Initially, she tried to frame her estranged husband, but her plan unraveled when investigators traced the letters back to her. She confessed to the crime and was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Richardson's case is a chilling example of how personal and psychological struggles can manifest in dangerous and destructive ways. Joe Exotic.
The original park was built in memory of my brother. We owned a pet store for 16 years in Arlington, Texas, and he got killed by a drunk driver, and when I signed the papers to shut his life support machine off and donate his organ, I promised him he just wouldn't be another statistic.
Joe Exotic, the flamboyant and controversial star of Netflix's Tiger King, captivated audiences with his eccentric personality and chaotic life as the owner of a private zoo. But his fame took a dark turn when he was arrested and convicted on charges of animal abuse and murder for hire. Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado Passage, was accused of hiring a hitman to kill Carol Baskin, a prominent animal rights activist and his longtime rival. In 2019, he was found guilty of 2 counts of murder for hire, as well as multiple wildlife violations. Exotic received a 22-year prison sentence, later reduced to 21 years. Despite his crimes, Exotic has maintained his innocence and continues to campaign for a pardon. Todd Chrisley.
What's the next thing that you think parents do wrong?
I have a zero tolerance for being a liar. I can help you with anything, but a lie I can't help you with.
Right.
You know, I don't want you lying to me. And B, no, don't ask if I'm gonna leave you at home alone.
Todd Chrisley, the patriarch of the reality TV series Chrisley Knows Best, built his brand on a reputation of wealth, family values, and Southern charm. But behind the scenes, Chrisley and his wife, Julie, were engaged in a long-running financial fraud scheme. The couple was convicted in 2022 of bank fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy to defraud the IRS. Prosecutors allege that the Chrisleys submitted false documents to secure loans and used their reality show earnings to support their lavish lifestyle while evading taxes. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Julie received a 7-year sentence. The downfall of the Chrisleys was a stark reminder that reality TV personas often mask the complexities and flaws of real life. Their case highlights the importance of financial accountability and the consequences of living beyond one's means. The public often idolizes celebrities, placing them on a pedestal as larger-than-life figures whose talent and charisma inspire admiration. But when allegations or revelations of criminal activity emerge, the disillusionment can be deeply shocking. Learning that a beloved actor, musician, or athlete has committed a crime often feels personal, as if a trusted friend has betrayed us. For fans, this betrayal can shatter illusions, tarnishing cherished memories of their work and the joy it once brought. It's not just disappointment, it's heartbreak. The reaction stems from the emotional connection audiences form with celebrities. Films, music, or sports moments become part of one's life narrative, making the stars who create them feel like an integral part of our world. When such individuals are exposed for heinous acts, be it fraud, abuse, or violence, it forces fans to reconcile their admiration with the darker truths about the person behind the persona. This inner conflict often leaves people questioning their own judgment, grappling with whether they can still enjoy the art separated from the artist. These 6 celebrities serve as cautionary tales about the risks of fame, unchecked ambition, and moral compromise. Their stories remind us that no amount of celebrity status can shield one from the consequences of illegal and unethical behavior. While each case is unique, they all share a common theme: the destructive power of greed, deception, and abuse of power. As these people serve their sentences, their lives stand as sobering examples of how quickly success can unravel when one takes a wrong turn. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think these convictions have shown celebrities can't get away with every crime? Let us know in the comments section below.